What's up everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and welcome to a new launch review, which right now we're looking at the wrong chart. Here we are, alright, because Saakuru launched earlier today. So far the launch has been positive. We've seen a bit of a, here you can see it launched on different exchanges. But you can see that the launch so far has been mixed, alright, so we had the initial spike, obviously, stayed at those levels for some time. Right now it's quite bearish, but I do think, and that's what we'll talk about in this video, I do think that there's potential here, and that's what you need to know about. And that's also where the title comes from, potential 5x. The 5x is from the launch price, all right? So I covered Saakuru also in a video, I think 2-3 weeks ago, when we talked about some cryptos launching in May. That had potential. If you knew it from back then you would have also participated in it, or you could have participated in it via Decubate, which is a platform I'm partnered with. It launched there. As you can see, I also bought. The purchase price there was 2.5 cents, so it's sitting at around a 2x right now. But we'll get to that a little bit later, all right? I think there's potential. I'll tell you why. But we're getting ahead of the facts right now. So Saakuru itself is a layer 2 blockchain, right? So we're going to be talking a little bit about the project. I'll tell you why the project at least has potential, because if this was a shitcoin, I would not think it has potential. Then we'll talk a bit about Decubate, because that's one of the key reasons why I think there's potential and what you need to focus on. And then we'll look at the price and what's possible, what are the potential price targets, etc. So Saakuru itself is just another layer 2 blockchain. All right, it's a consumer-centric layer 2 protocol with 0 transaction fees. And I do think, and that's also one of the key reasons why I bought it and why I covered it, I do think that there's real utility here, or at least real value, because they are very consumer-centric. It's really 0 transaction fees, all right? So if you use this and you're used to doing transactions on Ethereum, for example, where you pay $10 to $15, here it's free. So it looks weird. You almost think that you're doing something wrong, but that's it. All right. So it's a layer 2 network. Now there are a ton of layer 2 networks. I think Saakuru technically does have the right infrastructure for this, and I like the way they're consumer centric. All right. So with the 0 transaction fees, but apart from that, if a developer wants to create a decentralized application on Saakuru, they also have to be whitelisted, so the amount of scams, etc., are much less on Saakuru, which I think is great. And then apart from that, ultimately, what is most important is that the network actually gets used, and that's something that still remains to be seen. All right, right now they're pushing about 130,000 transactions per day. Was more around 200,000 transactions over the last couple of days before the launch, of course. If that continues to increase, if Saakuru as a network actually continues to grow, then there is real long-term potential for this as well. Because right now Saakuru is at a very low market cap. Like on DEX tools right now, it shows a $2 million market cap. I believe it's even lower for real. But all right, so in general, fundamentally, I think Saakuru has potential. Now, what is one of the other attractive things I think about Saakuru is that it's launching via Decubate. Now, like I said, at this point of time, via Decubate, it's at a little bit less than a 2x. If you look at all the other listings via Decubate, what you'll see, if you look at the all-time highs, is that most of them have done some great returns. So Verida was 2.2x. 7.5x for Blaze, which I also covered, by the way, which quite a few of you made some profits on. 25x for Freebank, 7x for Ortify. You see the results. All right, so at this point of time, Saakuru is at less than a 2x. So it could be an outlier, all right? It could be that Saakuru is one of the cryptos that does not perform well. But especially like right now, like I said, the price is around 4.6 cents here. It depends a little bit on which exchange you're using. On BitGet, it's 4.4, and on chain it's 5.2. So there's also possibilities for arbitrage. But if this drops down any further, and just in general from this level as well, if it does as good as some of the other projects that Decubate has launched, then there still is like a 2x, 3x from the current levels to be gained. And that's what I think is interesting. Now, what you should do then, it's difficult to say. It's up to you, of course. I think in general, you need to keep an eye on Saakuru. research a little bit about the project, see if you actually do think that there's some long-term fundamental potential as well. And then when you keep your eyes on it, when you actually see momentum kicking in, then potentially buy some. All right, because like I said, at this moment, it's at like a 1.7, 1.8x. And if you compare that with all of the other projects here, if that would be the all-time high ROI, or if that would be the ROI in general, it would be relatively low. So if it performs similarly to other projects here in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, there's money to be made. All right, so keep your eyes on that. In general, I would aim for a 4x or a 5x. So that would be a 10 or 12.5 cents valuation. I would wait for technical confirmation before you enter, if you do want to enter, because you have to check it out for yourself as well. But that's where I think the main potential lays. For now, check it out, keep your eyes on it. I wouldn't do anything for now. Either wait for it to drop down lower or wait for some bullish confirmation before entering, and be careful in general. Of course, it's a new coin, but definitely potential here. Check it out. For now, that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.